Hello everybody, Chester Joey here, and welcome back to the Hillfield Light Railway. Here we see the first section of the railway, which was built back in April 2020, so which was last year. Since then, this section has gone under a makeover. It has now become a station area with an island platform and run-round loop. As in this video, I'll be showing you a running session which I attempted to basically try out the new section of railway. The first loco we see is the Ruston 44, now fitted with a loco remote, and is pulling the newest acquired rolling stock for the railway, a tanker wagon by Tinton Models in the Purple Moose livery. It's a very nice little novelty wagon which I personally like because I am a big fan of Purple Moose, especially the Ascow in Elderflower. Then next up is the one of the newest steam locos, which is to make its debut on the channel, Stewart Skylark. This is a PDF models kit which I ordered back in September last year. It's not the most reliable model I've got on the roster, as we'll find out later, but cosmetically I'm quite happy with how the kit has turned out. And she's pulling two Swift 16 bogie coaches, which do weigh quite a lot, and which will cause problems for the loco later on. So yeah, we see the Ruston heading back down the line, and as the Stewart buffers up to be unhooked, she now heads off into the head shunt to run round her train. So yeah, this section was built over the past couple of weeks at the end of February. All I basically did was create a frame which attached to the side of the original running line, placed a decking board on top of that, added legs for support, painted all, a layer of felt on top, installed the track, made the platform, and it's now pretty much there. All it's left to do is add in accessories. As you can see, I've already bought one accessory, a signal box, which is by North Pilton Works, and that is getting there slowly. So here we have another view of the run round loop. As you can see in the distance, there is a lift out section which is attached to the garden shed. The future plan will hopefully see it go into the garden shed itself, but at the minute we are still using it for the other areas of the garden to store the tools, so can't go in there just yet because it's still quite full. So here we see the Stewart run in, and then here comes the first mistake. Well, not the first mistake, but the main mistake I made during the whole running session. Oh dear.
What happened?
Didn't switch the point, did I? So yeah, always remember to set your turnouts before moving. Happily the Ruston was not too badly damaged, the electric still worked, it still managed to run, so all it required was just a bit of super glue just to put it back together. So now we see the Skylark going on to the lift out section, which folds out, and then running back down to the other end of the train. The Skylark itself took me about a month to get it to this stage. She is powered by a loco remote off a 7.4 volt LiPo battery, and initially she's been quite a troublesome loco. Whilst the chassis runs pretty smoothly, she doesn't like the hills. The cranks that go onto the axles don't like the hills very much and have a tendency to slip at points where we don't really, at the steepest parts of the line. As you're about to see here, she's coming up to the steep part of the line and just suddenly stops dead. And
That's not good.
yes, turned out the crank on the right hand rear had slipped. It's been a problem with this loco for since started running it with the coaches. Personally, I think the coaches are probably a bit too heavy for it. The Swift 16 bogie coaches are more designed to be put behind live steamers. So, a lesson learned, I think I'll probably use lighter weight coaches. I do have a couple of IP engineering coaches I could probably put behind it. But really, I need to try and get these cranks sorted out. I mean, even if I have to use Araldite on the things, although I don't really want to get to that stage. So yeah, Skylark was out, so I had to rely on Old Faithful to carry on the running of the trains. Yep, Skarloey, a model I built for nostalgic purposes, is probably my most reliable engine on the fleet. However, I wasn't going to put it behind those Swift 16 coaches. He's far too heavy for him, so out came the Skarloey Railway consist. Two coaches and a brake van. I definitely hope to increase the rake up to a full 4 coaches in the future. So here we go, Skarloey rolling on to the head shunt. Stopping a bit short, there we go. And then running on to the next. Right onto the loop. Off to the other end of the train. Yes, that's my father in the background, by the way, doing some maintenance on the shed. It wasn't particularly well, it was falling down a small hill. So here you are, Skarloey at the other end, and now running back onto the stock. Nice and easy. Oh, a little bump there, but we'll call it a rough shunt. And then here comes the repaired Ruston, now hauling not only the Purple Moose wagon, but a set of slate wagons, which are also PDF model kits. A set of 8. I still need to get some loads made for it, but they are very, very nice little kits. So it comes to a stop. So Skarloey departs the station, heading back down the other end of the railway. And then the Ruston runs round its stock as mother watches on in between her little jobs in the garden. And coming back onto its stock. Nice and easy. Lovely. In the meantime, Skarloey has run round his train and now coming back up into the station. And now the Ruston heads back down with its fleet of slate wagons, with the Purple Moose tanker on the rear. And as Skarloey runs round his train, a few notes as to where I want to take the railway from here. Construction wise, I think the plan will be now to build a run round loop at the far end of the railway and basically go with an end-to-end railway rather than the out and back which I had originally planned, really because I find having to run the locos round at each end more of an interesting operation. However, I won't discard the little section that I had ready for the return loop. I will probably make that spur go into a loco yard or something similar. As for rolling stock, well, after today's running session, basically anything that uses the Slater wheels and axles would probably be the best bet. So yes, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again in another future video. Take care.